What's up, guys? It's your guy Femi,
It's your boy T.
and welcome to another episode of
Small chat.
Let's Go. I can't do the little intro that our Ella does.
Yeah,
She goes, "Yo, come on, guys!
Come
you know
on,
the
dude.
vibe.
Do you
This.
know the
We
state?
We tried it.
Yeah, no.
But as you notice, Ella's not with us today, but we have our lovely Wofai, who's with us today.
The guy at the top, the big showrunner.
the man behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, the man that keeps the ship running. As you guys, I think you guys know this already.
They do. They should. At the end of the episode, my name is there. So if you can't read, this is my face. You can see this at least.
Oh yeah, because the last time you were here,
Anyone see me?
no one
It
saw
was just
you.
my
It
voice.
They heard
It was
you.
just my voice.
It was on
Yeah.
that Valentine's episode.
It was
V-Day,
V-Day. Pick your Clarton poison.
Go back
Yes.
and listen to that episode.
Do.
Go back and listen to it.
Ciao.
It was actually really funny.
That was really funny.
Where was I was on
You
holiday,
were,
wasn't I?
you were on holiday,
Yeah.
but you were still present.
You were still
Yeah,
there in the
yeah.
conversation.
That's when we rewinded you
Yeah.
back.
Oh yes.
Yes. Your wickedness.
That was season 1 films.
That was season
Season
1.
2 films is a new person.
It's a new person.
Is he more wicked or is he less wicked?
It's not. Did we just place Ella with Wofai? I'm confused.
I'm
Wofai
filling the seat now. I'm trying to do
You know what? It's
sibling
like
and
polite, isn't it?
yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. How's everyone doing anyway? How's your week been?
Oh, me. A bit rubbish, to be honest. A bit rubbish. I feel a bit sad, but seasonal affective disorder. I feel like the way summer ran away.
So
In fact, you know that nursery rhyme with the cutlery and the plates. What is it called?
I don't know. Cutlery and plate.
Hey diddle diddle or something like that. Like the dish runs away with the you get it. The dish runs away with the spoon. I feel like the summer was the plates, and my joy was the cutlery. It just left, and I was like, okay. I said, okay, we're just here. Okay, it's just dark all the time. Great.
But that's a real thing, though. Like, people's mood plummets when summer goes.
Do you reckon that's why a lot of people in the UK are bad vibes? Or we just... It's true.
The weather did make it people
Can you
miserable.
imagine?
Yeah.
And also in the UK, we live to work.
Sort of work to live.
There's no sense of it. Yeah, there's no sense of enjoyment. And
Yeah.
if someone sees someone else having enjoyment, it's like, how dare they?
How dare they?
How dare you
Yeah.
have so much fun and enjoyment?
Yeah.
But I guess Wofai, the best part of your week was coming to see us guys, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
that didn't sound convincing at all.
Yeah, I was trying to commit to myself first. Yeah. You know what? No, honestly, I do like coming to see this. It's work, but it's also really fun. And you're also lovely. And then you get the privilege of being around me.
Because you're, what's your star sign? Virgo.
A Virgo. Oh, see? I don't have to even mention it myself. They already knew. Gifts from
Yeah.
Virgo. It's not my fault.
I mean, we appreciate Virgos because Beyonce is a Virgo.
That's not why. You appreciate it because of
What's-
Virgos.
what
And
month is
Beyonce
Virgo?
happens to be August to September.
Oh.
I actually do know a lot of Virgos. What do you know?
You're very lucky.
I know a lot of Virgos.
I'm very lucky.
What about you,
Ruben
T?
and AJ.
You're doing shout-outs.
How's my week? My week was busy-ish. What did I do? Oh no, yeah, actually no. My week was busy, but it was also an intense emotional week as well. Because I went to one of my closest friends' dad's funeral.
Oh, no.
So yeah, it was a long week in terms of work itself, but it was also like an emotional week. But yeah, it was alright.
This is the best part of your week then as well. Same similar story to Wofai.
Yes.
Trying to find some kind of silver lining in this week where kind of doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the one of the highlights of the week. I'm trying to think what other highlights I would have had this week. Well, my brother went to Costco and bought me water.
You always stocked up with water. I like that. You know?
Yeah, always stocked up with water.
I'm happy for you.
I drink a lot of water.
Femi, how was your week?
My week. How was my week? It was okay. Work-wise, it was right, but I've started experiencing tooth pains. So my wisdom tooth is going to have to come out. So I've got an appointment next week. I've heard so much about wisdom tooth being taken out, I'm quite scared because I think it's very, very painful. Everyone who's had it done before,
Apparently it's painful.
apparently it's very, very painful. Apparently I might have to take time off of work.
For the pain, you mate.
For the pain, yeah. So, I had to book an emergency appointment this week. Then they gave me the diagnosis, blah, blah, blah. So next week I'll be having the wisdom tooth being taken out. So,
Well, at least you know you're wise.
what, to take it out?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Because it's a wisdom tooth.
God. And I fell for that. I was just like, what?
Uncle. At least you know you're wise.
At least you know.
Your wisdom is so much, you have to take it out your teeth. See,
You know, I've never had one.
You've never had
Continue
your
your own
teeth taken
joke.
out?
Continue your own joke.
I've never even had a wisdom tooth.
I guess that makes sense.
Ah.
That does make sense.
Me, I had to. Ridiculous.
So, guys, let's do what?
Small chat.
Let's go. So we're going to do a little exercise. And because of this topic today is around history, I figured we'd all go into our phones and scroll up to the very, very top in our photo gallery and find a picture which you would like to kind of share. And if there's this particular memory that you have around that picture or an experience, so it's got to be the latest photo that you can explain. Does that make sense?
So,
Latest as in...
Sorry, the
earliest.
my English is not.
Do you want me to be young or old, basically?
I want you to be young.
Young, so the
So
earliest.
The earliest
Okay,
picture
cool.
in your phone.
I got my phone stolen earlier this year. So I'm going
Really?
to do a little cheat and go to my Google Drive from the back up.
You can do that. Yeah, of
There we
course.
go. That one will have something very, very late.
actually, maybe I should go because my phone doesn't go that far back.
Google Drive has so
The real memories, Abby?
does yours give you memories as well? Like today, this time
Oh
7 years
no,
ago.
I don't have time for that. Please, even if it does, I'll say please don't show
Maybe
me
just
that.
mine.
Just remind
Please
me
don't
of
show me
stupid
that.
things.
Okay, my Google Drive is filled with music stuff. So I'll just go back to
You
my
are
phone.
hilarious. I don't know who sent you there.
My Google Drive says you make music. That's why you are here.
So I've found a picture of my Google Drive dating back to May 2014. So 10 years ago.
Wow.
And the picture is of me at, you can see it. I'm at the Arsenal Stadium. For those of you who don't know, I'm an Arsenal supporter. And at that period in time, we had gone 9 years without a trophy. So we went to the FA Cup final. And because the tickets were heavily subscribed, the Emirates opened up the stadium for people to come in who couldn't get tickets to Wembley. So they had 2 big screens on the pitch, and we all got there and watched the game on the pitch. So it was a really, really good experience. I'll show you again. Funny enough, to get tickets to that event, my friend from work was supposed to help hook me up, but he gave my ticket to a friend, his friend. So I had to go on Twitter and search and ask, does anyone have a spare ticket to the Emirates?
Oh, wow.
And so some lady found my tweet and she's like, hey, look, I've got a spare ticket. Do you want to come with me? So now we still follow each other on Twitter, which is pretty cool. But
He made a new friend.
No, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cute. But what's confusing me is why did your friend give away your ticket?
I don't think it was actually my friend, do you know?
My brain said this isn't your friend.
I don't think it was my
He
friend.
said, "I don't wanna see you."
You know, now I think about it, it was more of a
was
colleague
like,
slash
"Nah."
acquaintance.
That's mad.
The story wasn't even making sense.
He
Like,
said, we now
Because I will look left and right and say, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
what do you mean you get my? How can you give my ticket
take
away
it
when
away.
it belongs to me?"
And we spoke the day before or
Abi?
something. I even booked off work as well. I think I was working at Primark at the
But then
time.
you made a friend and you
We
got to
made a
see.
We had a
it. So
friend,
that's
yeah,
nice.
Leslie. Shout out Leslie on Twitter.
Hold tight, Leslie.
Yeah,
on,
so
Leslie.
thanks for hooking me up. That was actually my first time at the stadium. So it was really, really good.
That was very cute.
So yeah, and we won. We won the game. So
It was you were the lucky charm.
yeah.
You were the, what's the other call it?
The lucky charm.
Lucky charm?
Just said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was a good
Ah,
experience. You want
Go
to
on.
go next?
Yeah, in.
Oh, I should do my own. See, I'm indecisive. See, there's one that I took in the 14th of October 2017, which is from my OneDrive, not Google Drive. And then the oldest picture in my phone is from 2020. I feel like 2020 is not far enough.
I mean,
It was 4 years ago.
Yeah. All right, let's go with 2017.
yeah, try and go further back.
So the picture that I've got from 2017 is of me on stage. I don't know what I was singing, but clearly singing my little heart out.
Wow.
I meant whatever it is that I was saying.
Oh, that's buff though. It's a nice shot.
So yeah, that's it was at Cargo
In Shoreditch.
in Shoreditch. Yes. Oh, it's coming back to me now. Yes, it was in Cargo at Shoreditch. I had a acoustic set, and the next time, I think just before this event, I was a part of a lineup for the same show, but at Cargo, and I accidentally went last because I had like some music issues, and then after that they invited me back to come and headline the show, and this was me headlining their following event.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So coming last was actually a good thing for
it
you.
was a
That's
good thing for me. That was supposed to be like third.
really.
Well done. Listen.
I mean, I always say, if you come on after me,
Yeah, that's how I felt when we went to karaoke. When we went to karaoke, and I was like, and you went before me. I was like, I don't want this mic. I'm not worthy.
It's because I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Because I can actually sing as well.
it's not even about the singing part.
It's about the showmanship.
Yes, about
Yes,
my showmanship, because
entertainment,
there are a
everything.
lot of. I mean, yes, I can sing a lot of people under the table, but there are some people out there that I would be like, okay,
That's true. I've seen it.
yeah, like I would,
yeah.
but at the same time, it's like just like my showmanship. Like I am a show pony.
You are actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I am ridiculous on stage, and people don't come to see me. We came to see each other. So you will be a part of this show.
Do you think that's because of the way you were brought up? I don't know what your upbringing was like, but were you always the outgoing one out of your siblings? Were you kind of the one that went to spotlight?
The funny thing is that we all have quite big personalities. Like my younger brother's also into music. He's part of a group called Prime Kings. My older brother used to be, when Afrobeats was still quite new and they were putting on like concerts at smaller venues in the UK, my older brother was like a promoter, so he used to bring a lot of them down to the UK. So we're all quite outgoing personalities, but I was definitely that 2-year-old in the party with the adults, wanting to be part of the center, ending up and getting down with them. Like I've seen the videos, I'm like, why is this child in there? Like that child is you.
It's you.
Was there dollars there as well?
Yeah, there was dollars there,
Just
being
picking up-
sprayed and everything.
Take a slide dollar, put it in your pocket.
And studying musical theatre obviously also helps. Like it makes you be out there and you're performing, rather than, I think a lot of recording artists, we're being seen, but then when you do theatre, you are opening up to the audience. And I think that's part of the reason why I perform that way as well. It's very much like we're in this together.
I mean, they did pay their money.
Yeah,
So-
we're in this together, and I'll make you sing. Your turn.
What about you, Wofai?
I was trying to pick because I was like, I saw a baby picture and I was like, but that was a picture of a picture. I was like, that doesn't really count to me. But then I found one of the ones that I took it in 2019. It was like a random. This is like 2009.
Wow.
Oh wow, you went back.
Not 2000. I was 19, 2009.
Okay.
And I remember literally just being like, I took it and I was like, am I buff? Wait.
You said,
I
wait,
think this was the first time.
Is
No,
this
swear,
me?
I need to see
swear
this
down,
picture.
swear down. Like it was just a regular selfie, but I looked back at it and I was like, I swear I might be buff. Like
You said I might be good looking.
it's like the very first time I had a conscious like sort of adult mind being like, I think I'm buff.
Did you have facial hair there?
No, what are you talking about?
facial hair.
What are you talking about? No.
This was pre-facial hair.
This was pre. Yeah. This is just natural beauty.
Okay.
But obviously, tutus, that's how I ended up modeling. So I was right.
So it
Yeah.
opened the door.
If anyone wanted to argue with me, you were wrong. I was right. I was modeling. So
He was modeling.
say less.
That's cool.
It was a teehee, but in the font of shade.
Yeah. Maybe we can edit out. That
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Let's keep it in.
So that's a nice little exercise. Good to see kind of like, not history, but I guess pictures of our past and the story behind it. So in terms of today's episode, we're going to talk about history/legacy. So guys, I had a conversation with my parents a couple of weeks ago where I learned about my family history and I was shocked. Some of the things. So yeah, obviously I learned a lot about my family history. For those of you who know, I'm a twin and the twin gene does run in the family as well.
Runs deep.
So my cousins are twins. My granddad's a twin.
Your sisters are twins.
Sisters are twins.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I forgot my little sisters are twins as well. So that's kind of something that's been in the family for quite some time.
Yeah.
I think even my great grandma was a twin or something somewhere. So that's something that's pretty cool. That's running the family. But on the other side, it was I don't know how much I can reveal, but there was a lot of absenteeism in terms of people starting a family and disappearing, and I was quite shocked by that. So like for example, my last name is OK, but the OK name can only be traced back 2 generations. So my granddad and my granddad's dad. But even that, we're just like, we don't even know how far it is. And the reason why I started to ask is because I went to a party and I met a guy who has the exact same name as me.
Hey.
And he was like, oh, are we the same family? Well, my family's from here. I know this, that, and that. And I was just like, I
can't tell you. I mean, maybe.
I'm Femi from Belvedere or Erith, but those are my family.
Screaming. Not British, basically.
About my family in Becketa, that's all I know. So I guess the question is to you guys: do you know much about your family legacy, the history behind it? How far back with your family tree can you go back?
Well, I know that Bello was not our original surname. I can't remember how I know, but I do know Bello was not our original surname. It used to be, basically, Nigeria has all these different deities and stuff that they worship. So my family used to worship Shango, the god of fire, and his name was Shango. So our surname was Shango Bemi, which basically means Shango lift me up or something along the lines. I'm directly translating, but I'm sure that's not what that means. I'm just giving you context. And then when my great granddad, I want to say, converted to Islam, he changed our name to Bello because he felt like it no longer fit. So yeah, so if I was to trace our surname, it would only probably go like about 3-4 generations as well. You would have to then change the surname you're looking for past that.
Does your grandfather, you said, did it?
I think it's my great
Grandfather.
Yeah.
Does he know the history before, though? Like, could he trace, obviously?
I would assume so, yeah, because he was the one that
Okay,
converted,
yeah.
so I would assume so.
Okay, that's the
I didn't know him, but...
yeah.
Would there be any pictures? Like,
I couldn't even tell you what he looked like.
it's crazy. Like, there's no way to kind of just visualize what this look like now. What about you, Wofai?
Hey, God. My parents are just ridiculous. Like, I find out something. Every time I come up with a question, I'll be like, oh, I wonder this. I'll find out something new. Like, our tribe, we're not Yoruba, sorry. We're not Igbo either. Don't assume. Obviously, we're not Hausa. No disrespect. Any other guesses you want to guess, me guess, I'm not telling you. But we're in Cross River State, Calabar sides, yeah. Which is close to the border of Cameroon. I say that because...
But don't people always say that people from Cross River, Calabar, like kind of Igbo adjacent?
I would say that's the closest you can say,
Yeah.
but you know how Nigerian dialects
But Calabar
are.
people don't
It's
like to be
still-
called Igbo.
There are some Igbos there, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not the same. So everybody be your own person. That's what I can see.
Yeah.
But the reason I said different about it being close to Cameroon, but yeah. So I must have one of my first jobs. Starbucks. Can you imagine me at Starbucks? But I think
Were you making people's drinks?
yeah.
Or were you doing
you
writing
doing it
names
right?
on the cups?
Yeah, you know when flat whites became a thing and they had the patterns and stuff. I was like, I'm on that very first cohort. People had to learn how to do it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't do it now. Okay. Before you ask me stupid things, I cannot do it now. And I refuse to do that even if I could. But yeah, that's how long ago it was. I'm old. But yeah, when someone saw my full name, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm Cameroon. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm Nigerian. He was like, no, that's a Cameroonian name. I said, eh? I went home to my mum. I said, do we have Cameroon in our... My parents are like, yeah, you know. I said,
Where would I know such a thing
I
if
literally
you
was
didn't
like,
tell me?
how can you tell me? Didn't I
I
know?
know?
I had to be like, did you know? And they'll be like, yeah, of course. And I'm just like, you've been saying, of course, and acting like this was no knowledge. Who would have told me this other than you? She was like, oh, yeah. And then she called my dad. Oh, we have Cameroon. I said, wait, so do you know? Or are you asking now? And he was like, no, we do. You know this? And I was like, maybe you guys think you talk to me when I'm not here. Maybe you guys have been gisting me and I've left the room. I didn't realize. And you got none of us clocked because what?
So is it both your parents? Both have
Yeah,
Cameroonian?
on both sides, I have Cameroonian coming through, and it's not immediate like grandfather, but it'll be just a bit above. But on both sides, they were just like, oh yeah, because the tribe generally had done movement, and it's basically it's on the border, really and truly.
Okay.
So even something like that, focus of just traditions and stuff, because well not obviously, but my parents came here. My older brother was born in Nigeria, and then me and my other brother were both born here, and they basically were like assimilating it. So there was bare stuff about Nigeria we just didn't learn. Like I was always curious about it. I'm like, Mommy, and she'd be like, face your English book. Why are you all this
I just
Niger?
learned something about you.
You didn't know this?
No, I thought like your mum was Nigerian and your dad was Cameroonian.
Oh, yeah. And I tell people that, they're always like, oh, I'm still half and half. I'm like, no. Because also that, my mum, a Nigerian woman with a Cameroonian man.
That's 100% what I thought this whole time that I've known you.
It makes
Your
sense.
dad's from
though.
Cameroon, your mum's Nigerian.
No, it makes sense though, because at the same time, the reason why it was such a revelation for me as well was because my entire life, any Nigerian auntie, Igbo house, in any tribe, are you Nigerian? Yes, auntie. Are you sure? And I'm always like, I was like there being like, yeah. And then one time I said, okay. So then when I started saying it to people, I'll be like, I've got Cameroon in my blood. They'd be like, yes, because the way, and I said, the way what? The way my nostril is shaped? What do you mean? As if you're now one scientist to tell me how I should.
Now
It would piss me off, but I'd also be like, do you know what? I don't look Nigerian then, whatever. So yeah, that's heritage wise. My parents seem to know better, but have they shared it with me?
They haven't.
I don't know. No, they might have when I wasn't in the room.
I feel like we have to like press to ask these questions.
Yeah.
They don't really
Yeah.
volunteer this information to us. And I'm really curious about it because there's so much that we don't know
That we
about
don't know.
it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to learning about history in school, you kind of just told, oh, slave, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But not all of us
Wait. You were talking about the slavery?
talk about slavery in school. Yeah. Well, no, it's the
I
American,
wasn't.
the American slave trade.
Well, no, we just got civil rights. We got all post. We didn't get any of the
Yeah, I
actual
didn't-
slavery.
I didn't
They were
remember.
like, slavery happened. And then Martin Luther King, and I was like, what did you say before that? And they were like, they said he had a dream and shut the fuck up. Like, stop being so
Nothing
uppity.
happened before then. Nothing
stop
that
being
concerns
dumb.
you.
Like, yeah. And because I went private school too, all the other kids were literally like, my grandfather fought in World War One. My great grandfather, and I just look at them and be pissed off. I can't lie. I'd be really pissed off because I'd be like, why are you telling me about your family history? We're learning general history. I don't care about your grandfather. As well as I don't think he fought for me. I think if he saw me, he'd be pissed. He'd be like, I fought for this. I fought for this. That's just what I assumed anyway. I don't know grandfather in it.
No, but I think speaking up for the people, I think that is something for them to be proud of, though.
No, be proud of it. I didn't say don't be proud. Just why are you telling me like it's part like no. Sorry, let me set the scene. Mm-hmm. History lesson.
Yeah.
Teacher would say, invite it, be like, oh, some of you might have relatives that would be involved in the war if you know them. And then suddenly everyone's putting their hand up. Sir, he didn't ask for a story. He just gave context of some of you might know. And then suddenly, like, literally half the thing I said, so I'm paying school fees to hear about your grandfather.
But I think some of them are proud of it, though. I reckon if we knew a lot more about ours and had the opportunity or space to talk about it, we would be a lot more proud about it. Because I think I just remembered recently that my family were kind of one of the first to bring Christianity or like preach Christianity in Nigeria. So that's something I'm proud of. Like, they brought it into Nigeria. And also a lot of my uncles and my dad's even a pastor now. So if you know about it, then you can be proud about it as well.
True.
My mom actually thinks I'm going to be a pastor, so we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how strong this heritage. Okay.
I mean, I think it's possible.
I don't know why I just took a big sip.
Why are you drinking yours? Why are you
Because I'm
sipping?
thirsty.
Why are you sipping?
Because I'm thirsty. When I think about God, I think about communion and...
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what that was
That's
about.
what it was.
But actually, Wofai, you mentioned someone earlier, Martin Luther King.
What about him?
And got me thinking about people who are kind of... Let me rephrase that. People in the past who have a good legacy. And I think Martin Luther King would be one of those guys who would mention in that bracket. So apart from Martin Luther King, are there any other guys that we can think of in terms of in the history? They've just got a nice legacy now. And it hasn't been tainted. Because what happens is people die and then the legacy, somewhere, some way, they find a way to ruin it. Similar to Martin Luther King, because his was tainted as well.
Which version of the saint are you talking about?
I'm talking about the orgies and the stuff that he did behind CIA informant, blah, 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 blah.
But my thing, let's talk about MLK for a second, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about the CIA. I don't know them, okay? But the orgies and all that stuff, what is wrong with that? I don't see that.
He was a married man.
We don't know if his wife was there.
She was not.
She
That's
wasn't
the
there.
story.
No, she wasn't. So he was. So some of the orgies is the cheating. He's a
It's the cheating,
philanderer.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, I genuinely hear it,
He's
and
an
I feel
adulterer.
yeah. And that's not. I'm not. Because I'm not condoning it at all. Not don't anybody come and say what I said. Don't do it. Okay. But not bad. And I think the humanizing of someone shouldn't taint their
And I think,
legacy.
I agree with
And
that.
I think it's very silly to expect someone because they did great things or whatever to somehow have been a
be a-
saint.
and to be a
because
perfect human
who was
being.
it? Is it Gandhi? They were like, oh, he also did X, Y, Z, and I said, because it's not my business. And again, it's not to condone, but it's a thing of like the legacy is largely positive, or rather, the positive aspects of your legacy are still positive and are not invalidated by any other things we find out, unless inextricably inside of it there's some weird other nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Because let's say MLK secretly hated black people, and then we found out he was a black Klansman or
like
something
Uncle
for
Thomas,
bands. Like then I'll be like, oh
Fair
MLK,
enough.
I can't take your legacy. I'm sorry, but otherwise I'd be like, yeah, the good you did was still good. I think.
No, it's a fair point. I think the good he done kind of, I won't say outweighs it, but it shouldn't be forgotten because of the small things he's done, because he has had a massive impact in society and the way we live now.
Yeah, exactly.
Is anyone that comes to your mind in terms of right now thinking about legacy wise, and particularly I'm thinking about more black people, like black history,
Black British or just any?
any.
Okay.
Does Michael Jackson still count as black? So I just wanted to be messy.
Yeah.
I think that's a very valid question.
I wanted to be messy. Michael Jackson is black.
It's an interesting question though. Like, when he fills out a form and it says what's your ethnicity, what would he put?
He would have put black.
Because
He
DNA
would have written other and then
No, he
vitiligo.
would have written black.
or
He would have
combination.
crossed that out.
No, because Michael
And written
behind
vitiligo.
closed doors, according to the people that experienced.
Oh no, they
him,
said
They said he was a black
Negro.
man.
Yeah, they said they even said what you call it. That voice he's putting on was a lie. They said that he was doing
Yeah.
that like shit. He come and be like, listen, let's do it. And I was like,
Yeah,
what?
they said.
When
it
they
was-
said it, I was screaming. I said, of course he was.
But that's in terms of just to sidestep a little bit. In terms of like singers pitching their speaking voice a little higher, it's preservation for your
true,
voice,
it's true.
so you can sing
To stay up and
for longer. Because like a lot of people do it.
Go on. Go on.
I'm not doing it. Janet Jackson does it because that's not her normal speaking
Yeah, that
voice.
whispering. Listen, in the house
Ariana
of
Grande
whispering.
does it. A lot of people do it. So it's because when you're speaking normally here, like your voice is quite heavy. You're using a lot of it. And it helps you preserve your voice. You can sing for many more years.
Couple of notes.
Yeah.
Shame he didn't get to sing for as many more years. I would have loved to be able to go to that concert he was
I
doing.
wanted to go to This Is It so bad.
This is it was looking
you know
good.
what?
Do you know what? I'm just going to go with Michael Jackson then, since we're just there. I'm just going to
Yeah.
go with Michael Jackson. Yeah.
He's got a good one. What do we think our legacy would be, and what would you want it to be?
I would want my legacy to be that I was supportive of people, especially like my friends and my family. I was supportive of them, cared for everybody, loved everybody, and I was willing to put a smile on people's faces and be a good person.
That's really sweet.
Be a good person. Don't take no shit, but be a good person.
That part.
Yeah.
And I guess another thing, because you can say all of these things, but now because of social media, there's proof now. So in the future, our grandkids, our future great grandkids,
They probably gonna see that their
gonna
granddad
see
was
our-
vain.
They're gonna see our Facebook posts, maybe our Twitter, our TikToks, and all of
Yeah.
that. How do we feel about that? Because our legacy is not. You can't rewrite it, because usually you can rewrite it and say, "Oh, this granddad here was, this, that, and the other." But no, we can.
Yeah,
we
can see it.
magnetize it, isn't it? Yeah.
see it.
Do you know what? When I think back at like the stuff I've made, produced, whatever. Speaking of the work that I produce, shout out to Initiative and our upcoming production By Their Fruits, running from November 13th to 30th at Theatre 503 in Clapham Junction, London. Offering a blend of sensuality, grit, and physical theatre, this psychological black love story is one for the grown folks. For tickets and more info, check out Initiative.dkf.com/buytheirfruits. Back to our regular programming. I don't feel bad about it though. And I like, not to say every choice I've made I've been thinking about the legacy, but like to an extent I think part of me has, and been like, I try not to make decisions that I'm gonna regret. And I know obviously everyone does, but I mean in the real sense of like certain decisions I make, I really think, hold on, is this what I want to leave on the world? Is there something I want to do? Is this da? Obviously, as well, the older I've gotten, the better I've gotten at navigating and figuring out who and what I want to be on this planet, in this realm, in this existence. But at the same time, it's like, in the same way, I was joking with my current bae. I was joking that I would want my like our kids to see like younger me, so they can't chat shit. Because they're gonna be like, oh, daddy did it. I'll be like, I've done all this before you. Yeah, I know you think you're so buff. Me, I was getting paid to be buff. I know you think you're so smart. Yeah, me, I was able to do how many exams and born you. So what are you trying to act like you're the first person on this earth to have done X, Y, or Z? I know that's part of it, but the other part of it just being like, I feel like because of the work I do outside, well, this counts as well, but like just generally trying to create and produce work and things, is like, I didn't go to school to learn how to do that stuff, if that makes sense. Everything has been sort of on the job, proactively, like, figuring stuff out as I go. And I think I like that, just that idea of just being like, almost like to change your world or reality, in that sense of like, you're not constrained or bound by circumstance only. Not to say Cinderella story of all my life was so hard, we got working class, but that's who didn't. Well, some of y'all, but not my business. But in the sense of that could have also meant I'm a statistic. And this obviously was the times when, like, I grew up in Stockholm. This was the times when, like, I can tell you stories of how I ran for my life from somebody doing bad gang, and I'm just trying to do my homework. Like, I just want to do my homework. Like, don't ask me what ends I'm from. Don't ask me that. I just want to go home and do my homework. So I feel like being able to break away from that, I'm proud of that as a legacy, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know, I find it interesting or challenging to be in a world where you kind of just realize you only have one life, right? So how much do you weigh that against, trying to build your legacy? Because you want to experience things, you want to live life to its fullest. But then if you're constantly thinking about your legacy and what mark you want to leave behind, are you really experiencing life to its fullest? Because you're just like, maybe I shouldn't do this. You start to have doubt in terms of what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Whereas now it's just like, fuck it, just live my life. Whatever happens, happens. I think it can be rewritten.
I think almost. part of leaving a legacy and a story to tell is part of that does involve the pits and falls of learning and experiencing. So I think it's not necessarily about being a perfect human being. I think it's about how, okay, then he did this, but however, he also did this, and this is the outcome of him doing this that wasn't probably as positive as the other things that he has done. So I think that's the point. That's the point where, when you get them, your parents will be like, look at that child, very stubborn like his granddad. Yeah. But I'm sure granddad doesn't just all stubborn. I'm sure there was more to him. Yeah. So I think we just don't need to get stuck in the whole, I have to be this straight, narrow human.
I think it's about being your best self.
Yeah.
And everyone's self is still different and individual. So the idea of everyone should come and try and be the best looking or the best, sorry, I was about looks modeling, but like just the best at anything, is be whatever version of you feel like is the best. And I don't mean that in the silly sense of like, that version of me go and party and then did it. No. Like really the one that has the most peace of mind and has the most everything, that has the most immaterial wealth. Put it that way. Yeah, I think.
And plus, legacy is a journey.
Yeah,
it's true.
I also think it's not for you, so it's really hard for you to actually understand your own legacy.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I mean, I went to my friend's dad's funeral, and his legacy, aside from all the nice things that everybody said about him and all the jokes and all that kind of stuff, his legacy are his 6 children. And his his grandchildren, and they are all very, very like loving people. They all support each other, and the whole time that they were there, everyone was just saying that they love how they rise for each other and support each other, and they hope that they can be as good in the community as their dad. And the funny thing, even like when we were leaving, one of them said, "You don't have to." I'd heard somebody said this at the church, but you don't actually have to be your dad. Like you can be your own self. But and I know that when the person said it, they didn't mean it in a be your dad sort of thing. But you know, your dad was an amazing man, so we hope that all of you are all going to be just as amazing as him. But that's essentially his legacy, his kids, and those are the mark that he's left in the world.
Yeah. It's actually interesting. I just realised we don't get to write our legacy.
Yeah, you
it's
don't.
all
Yeah,
gonna be written by everyone around us.
Yeah.
As soon as we die, we
Yeah.
can't say, "Hey, no, I didn't do that bit." I just did it. Nah, it's everyone around is gonna define that for you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That just hit you.
Yeah.
No, it makes
And
sense.
start sweeting some people up.
It's true because at my grandma's funeral, they had literally the section of everybody who outlived her, but obviously just mean like all of her descendants essentially.
Yeah.
And obviously my name was there, my brother's name was there, my nieces are there, did all sorts of stuff. And I was just like, that's a massive list. I just honestly was like, grandma, look at you. Look how much you added to the world.
That's her legacy.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it's been pretty interesting talking about family history, thinking about the legacy we kind of want to leave. And also just remembering that we don't get to write our legacy.
Yeah.
Is that right? So if you need to start sweetening people up, paying some money to some people, start thinking about that right now.
Start being good people.
Be good for
Be
goodness
good
sake.
for goodness sake.
I mean, be good anyway, right?
Just please.
Of course.
Because it'd be like, that man was wicked. Good luck to him. Thank God he passed.
No, but have you ever been at anything like that?
No, I haven't, but I've heard people say that about people. I've heard people say that. Oh, well, it was about time. He was wicked. And you're like, wow.
You seen that meme of that guy who's like, "Oh, I just came to the funeral to make sure he's really dead."
That is crazy.
I don't want that to happen to me.
Can you imagine?
God forbid that happens to any of us. Anyway. But guys, thanks for listening to our episode, and thanks for another episode of
Small chat.
Let's go.
What should you do? Come on.
Come on, yeah, in memory of Ella.